And welcome back to horse racing today on this terrific Terry Tuesday for day number 2 in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, as they're coming off of their summer vacation. Many people, their summer vacation is going to end just a couple of weeks on Labor Day. I know a lot of sour faces for kids and a lot of happy faces for parents as they get those niños out of the house and back to school.
You knew who has sad faces?
Who?
Teachers.
Teachers, yeah. Well, yeah, they probably do. All right, real quick before we get rolling. Yesterday we introduced our contest picks. It's going to start in race number 2 today, so not 100% sure we'll get through the entire card. So go ahead and timestamp 1 minute on the show, and you will find all of our contest picks right here. Of course, we'll go through all of our selections every single race today. We also added a couple of new pick fours. We added a 1, 2, 3, 4 pick four where you get one horse in one race, 2 horses in another, so on. We have a no favorites four where you can't pick the morning line favorite in any of the legs, and then 1 pick four where we can do whatever the hell we want. And then we also added in a 20-10, so you can bet $20 to win or place, or you can bet $10 to win or place, but $30 total. I think yesterday mine won on the last minute, wearing the number 1 like Terry has on his head.
Yep.
You want to get that number 1 hat, head on over to horseracingtoday.net. You'll see right there the HRT gear. A little later on, you'll see our picks, our comments, and a replay of the video. Again, hit that HRT gear, get that number 1 hat. Get some free picks today, too, for Thistledown at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description below. Make sure you take advantage of that. All right,
yep.
Terry?
That's right. And actually, there's a 4th pick 4 today. They're not doing a pick 5. They're starting with the pick 4 in the first race. So
I didn't do that one. So
right.
I don't know. They're always goofy because we did that once before, Terry. Remember, we both hit it and we didn't get paid. So
yeah,
those sons of guns, those funny Philadelphians. All right. I was just in Philly last week. So they have a really nice like river walk over there. I don't remember the name of the town, but it's just outside of Philly over there by, I saw the King George Hotel where George Washington stayed, not too far from where he crossed the river.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool. Anyway, not too far from Valley Forge. Start up with race number 1, Mr. Terry.
Yeah, it's 6.5 furlongs. It's a $5,000 claiming race with an $18,000 purse for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won 2 races since February 20th.
And to get that second race since February 20th, the profile of a winner does favor horses with tactical speed. So be in the front half of the pack. There is a little bit of a rail bonus for Disco Double. You can be on the rail and you can be fast. Well, 33% of the time, the horses that get the lead keep the lead all the way into the winner's circle. And although the 1-horse Disco Devil does get a bonus, it does tend to favor horses on the inside to the outside. So inside speed, we do 10,000 simulations, Terry, to see who has the most early speed. You'll see that right here. We also then base our comfort zone score on how likely this race is to match the horse's best performances, at least in terms of pace. Here you see we want to score usually around 50% or more. That means 1 out of 2 of our simulations match the horse's comfort zone. Our Q score, this is the querent score. Any horse that gets 30% or more and has a good chance to get on the lead, that's one you want to identify. Of course, value. We're all value shoppers in the horse racing world. This tells you that our simulated odds, we want the simulated odds to be lower than post-time odds, and then par plus, 2,280 times. Awesome Brother Bill ran a speed figure of at least 83 in our 10,000 simulations, Terry. So a whole lot of data to chew on. Pretty simple to see which 2 probably get to the lead.
That's right. There's 2 right in the middle of the race here, or right in the middle of the pack. Let me get back here. And it's the 4 and the 5. They may go head-to-head all the way to the quarter pole. The 1 shows some speed, too. The 3 has an overlay from 4 to 5 to 7 to 2, and the 4 has some overlay from 3 to 1 to 5 to 1. 3, 4, 5 have par plus numbers, and they all show C zones.
Yeah, a couple of them over 50%. In addition to all our simulations, we do take a look at what they've done on the track for real, and we do what they call trip handicapping, plotting out on the track where they want to be when they run their best races. 2 and 5 want a pilot. There aren't any pilot, co-pilot types, although the 4-horse Rejected Again does like the co-pilot, not necessarily lead dependent. The 1 and 3 have some flexibility in their running styles. They can be forward, middle, or back. The 6 and the 8, they want to close, so they tend to sit in the back of the plane. Early on, it does look like Rejected Again. Lazaretto, we got lucky, but a pretty tight knit group here, Terry, in terms of worst to first. Only 7 points. Every 5 points represents about 1 length, so they should be pretty close nose to tail all the way around the track. This race could be won at the end where We Ready, a little bit quicker than JW's Third Mischief, which is a little bit quicker than Awesome Brother Bill. Our top total pace horse, this is, you see here, minus the 2 if we get lucky. Everybody else within 7 points. Pretty wide open race to get going.
That's right. I actually like the number 3 horse, Awesome Brother Bill. He's finished third versus similar in his last race, has the highest last race speed rating, and can handle this distance. The 5 is my second choice, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, and this trainer wins 36% of the races when dropping a horse down 2+ classes, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Rejected Again, the 4 is my third choice. His early speed running style helps helps his chances, so the shorter distance should be a good thing for him. And he has a high percentage winning, he has a highest speed figure at today's distance, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters, has a high percentage winning jockey. Then the long shot is 8 We Ready, finished second in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. And that's about it for me, except for I'm playing a 50-cent pick 4. I'm going to play 3-5 with a 1-3-4 with the 5-7 with the 3-7-8. That's an $18 ticket.
I'll do a pick 4 right now. I'm going to go 3, 5, and 8, and then I'm going to put the 1, 3, and 7. All right, and then I'm going to go with the, let's see. I'm going to go 2, 5, 7, and I guess I got to go with 3 on the back end too. So I'm going to go 3, 7, 10. That's $40.50. I like the 3-horse too. So do the bettors right now. It looks like that is the favorite at Parx at the moment at 3-2. So both of us on the pick 4, hoping that doesn't come home your winner. But the reason I think it might is this horse is making its third start off the layoff. Should look a lot like the last one and just missed. Cutting back a half a furlong is a difference maker, perhaps for Awesome Brother Bill. Lazarito, the 5-horse, a bounce back race is coming for this one. Terry, off of the big class drop. We Ready, the 8-horse, next in my line. Better early pace in its last race and shown to be highly competitive at this level at Parx. Finally, Rejected Again. This one should benefit from cutting back in distance and carrying less weight today. I just ran through my pick 4, $40.50. So better hope I don't catch any favorites along the way. How long do we have to that first race over there?
About 2 minutes.
All right, so let's get to race number 2 real quick. See if we can do 2 in 2, like Chuck Woolery.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, 6.5 furlong maiden claimants race, $16,000 claiming price, $22,000 purse for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
Again, 6.5 furlongs, 1 out of 3, wire-to-wire types, tactical speed. Horses in the front half do better than the horses in the back half. Horses that are closer to the rail do better than the horses that are farther away from the rail. So be fast, be on the inside. You got a good chance, Terry, but looks like that fast one is on the outside.
That's right. That 7 shows all the speed in the world, although the other ones have some speed except for the 1. The 1 has an overlay from about 7 to 5 to 5 to 2. The 5 has an overlay from about 8 to 5 to 12 to 1. None of them show par plus numbers, and all but the 1 and 7 show C zones. The 3 is a really nice one.
Yeah, 3 is above 50%, as is the 2. Our race shape tells us the 3 is a lone E. The 5 wants to be a pressure horse. The 1's a closer. 2, 4, 6, and 7 have not been within 5 lengths of the leader. You see this. That 3 can get to the lead. Look out. Yeah, looks like the girl's no joke. Tampem, Go, Clo, Go. Well, it looks like the 3 will be the last one, perhaps, to get the lead. But it may be the one's coming the hardest along at the end, along with Go, Clo, Go. Your top total pace horse in here is Go, Clo, Go, along with You Didn't Pay. Again, except for the 4 and the 7, a very competitive race, it looks like, from a total pace standpoint. Terry, who did you pick as your winner?
Okay, I like the one Royal Upstart, finished in the money in 4 out of 4 starts at Parx Racing. The Rail Post winning 23% clip. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races with horses at maiden claiming races. Moonlight Magic 3 is my second choice, drops in class today. Has the highest speed figure at today's distance, has a high percentage winning jockey. 4 Tam Pam is my third choice, has a trainer who wins 23% of the races when dropping down to 2+ classes and has a high percentage winning jockey. The 5 Go Chloe Go is the long shot, drops in class today. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. My 1, 2, 3, 4 pick 4 is a 1, 3, 4 with the 7, with the 7, 8, with the 1, 3, 5, 8.
All right, I'm going to go my 1, 2, 3 pick 4 2 with the 3, 7. I'm going to single the 5, so both of us can't win. 3, 7, 10, and then 1, 2, 5, 7 on the back. I think the 3 horse, I didn't really want the favorite here, but it's the only one that has hit par at this level, and one of 2 4-year-olds. Everybody else is 3. The girl's no joke. The 7 horse was well bet in its debut. Started strong, stopped catching Lasix. May 25th workout says the horse has talent. 1 Royal Upstarts. The other 4-year-old, 4 races at Parx, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, coming in from Gulfstream Park. Tam Pam is a Churchill Downs track dropper. Decent enough Parx works to consider. There's my pick 4, and they're off in race number 1. So we did a great job on race number 2 there, Mr. Terry. And they're off, and they're running, and the 4 horse rejected again, one of the 2 that we thought would be competitive for the lead. On the outside, it looks like what horse is that? I can't tell. 5 horse. All right. Lazarito, the one that we thought would be on the lead out there. So the 4 getting the inside edge on that one. The 2 horse at 22-1 is a bomb. The 3 horse at 2-1, which is your favorite at the moment. That one's in 4th place, kind of up the track, looking like I'm running a little bit difficult. The 4 horse looks like it might run away with this race right about now, although the 2 horse at 22-1 is getting involved. Here comes the 1 horse. That one had to check, though, so that one might have a tough time getting there. 4 horse continues to dominate on the lead. The 2 horse at a big price is coming. The 3 horse is going to go wide right here. Looks like it's got a lot of momentum, but got a lot of ground to make up. Right now, it looks like maybe the 5 horse is coming the best, or it might not be able to catch up. Or is that the 1 horse? I can't tell. I'm doing a great job of doing this race. The 4 horse is going to run away with it. And the funny thing about the pick 4 is for both of us, the 4 horse was the next horse and didn't make it into our pick 4. So it went 4, then 1, then 3. Rejected again, which was our second favorite according to the simulation odds. Was also the tie for the top early speed and Q30 combo. If we look over here in race number 1, 4 horse down there in 4th, but was one of the pace setters. A lone P against a whole bunch of other horses that had similar traits. So a lot of reasons to consider the 4. We both considered them, just not for our pick 4s, Terry.
Yeah, that's right.
I should have just left mine blank. Can I go back and redo?
Yeah.
I guess not. Race number 3 is next for you and me. Terry, tell us the conditions for the blue race.
Well, we're going to stretch out to 1 mile and 70 yards. It's a claiming race, $7,500 claiming price. Purse $21,000 for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
And if you like the 4 horse in the first race, or you like any horse in the 3rd race, or at any track today, you have some thoughts for tomorrow or this weekend for the Travers, whatever, please let us know in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, anything, fill us in, and we appreciate any sort of interactivity. In race 3 at $170, the sort of horse that gets to cash the biggest check, has early speed, a whole bunch, nearly 40% gate to wire. Post positions, really no deal makers, deal breakers. They're all pretty close to fair. So probably the thing you want is some speed, some tactical speed, Terry. Pretty short field here. So it looks like a couple have a chance, but one more so than the others to take charge early.
Yeah, that 2 shows the most speed. Really should get to that quarter pole first, as gets a good break. And then the 5 has an overlay from about 4 to 5 to about 8 to 5. The 7 has an overlay from 3 to 1, 4 to 1. The 5 shows the only par plus numbers, and all but the 1 shows C zones, especially the 6.
Looks like a lot of them are going to take up that early dominant position, according to the Querin points. The 2 horse is a lone E up in here, Terry. So far, the 1, 5, and 7 show they want to close. Kane, the one-time wrestler turned mare. That one hasn't been within 5 lengths of the winner yet. As the race gets cracking, looks like Renegade Serenade has the most early speed by about a length better than Hermoso Hombre. Surfboard in the mix, and then the other 2 back there way back, although the 1 horse does have a shot with some late ability. If you look at our top total speed in here, Terry, it does go to Renegade Serenade. That's 6 points, for about a length and a neck faster than Bow in the Back, who's tied off with Surfboard. A little bit of drop off for Hermoso Hombre. Looks like Kane should stick to wrestling and mayoral contests. Who's going to win this one?
Well, I like the 7 Surfboard. He ran second versus Tupper in his last race, drops in class today, has a trainer who wins 17% of the claiming races he has a horse running in, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. He's tied with another horse. Then I like the 5 Renegade Serenade. He has the highest last race speed rating, the best dirt speed is fastest among today's starter, tied with the horse above. And he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, Bow in the Back. Bowing in the back.
Bow in your back, supposedly, like, getting ready to put up the fisticuffs and get going.
Yeah, that's the 1 horse. He has a high percentage winning trainer and may improve while returning to dirt. And then I like the 2 as my long shot, Hermoso Hombre. He has a high percentage winning jockey. And my contest picks are the 7 and the 5.
Yeah, so your contest picks. Yeah, we went through the contest picks here. So 7-3 for me in race 1, 7-5 for Rary in race 2. 5-2 for me in race number 3, which is where we are. I'm going to take the 5 horse in here. I think this one should run away with this race, Terry. Biggest class dropper, faster fractions last out, should really make work of this field. If not, I'm going to go with the Stephen Fielder from our Players Edge podcast. He came on to talk about how he wins contests in 5 horse fields. Says always take the longest shot on the board. It's one of the longest shots. Kane's probably going to be that guy there. But this one's coming in from Gulfstream Park, so it's a track drop. So it should fare better against Parx Company than it did against Florida Company. And this one is a lone E that you can see right here, has a pretty good shot to get to the lead. And if he does, could steal it at a price. Surfboard, Terry's top pick. Speed figures and pace figures, both on the improve in the last 2 races. If you can continue that trend, could end up at the top of the ticket like Terry forecast. And then Bow in the Back ran a Z pattern. His first race after a layoff. A lot of reasons to think this one's better than the 6 horse, who is probably going to be the winner, Terry, since we both left them off the ticket. Yeah. And will be the longest shot in a 5 horse field. Race 4, maybe we have more than 5 horses. We may have 5 horses again. This one was supposed to be on the grass, but it's not.
That's right. And in race 4, we're going to stay at that mile and 70-yard distance, and it was going to be on the turf, but it's going down to a mile now that we're off the turf. Optional claiming, $16,000 claiming price if you elect to put your horse in there to possibly be claimed. $25,000 purse for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less, or which have never won 2 races, or claiming price of $16,000 and which have never won 2 races.
I think they're going to stay at a mile 70, Terry. I don't see any. No, I think it's the 7.5 furlong ones that are going to a mile.
Really? Because it says down here,
non-winners of race at a mile.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't read the whole thing, so
that's okay. So at $170, we talked about early speed, 4 out of 10 going wire to wire. The post positions are fair, so you want to be fast. Be forwardly placed. A lot of horses out of this race, so because of that, we'll see really. All about this 9 horse has a chance to get to the lead, but again, we see one that has the best chance of all.
That's right. And the 7, as you can see there, it has lots of speed. I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong.
No,
race.
It's the 7. It's just in the 2 spot. That's all.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, all the scratches.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to get myself clear here. Okay, then the 3 has an overlay from 4.5 to 1 to 8 to 1. The 7 has an overlay from about 7 to 5 to 10 to 1. The 9 has an overlay from just about 5.5 to 1 to 10 to 1, and the 10 has an overlay from 3 to 1 to 10 to 1. But I think all that's going to change because of all the scratches. Then as far as the Par Plus, the 7 is the only one of the Par Plus, and all of them show some kind of C zone, although the 7's is pretty low.
Yeah, you have a lot of different colors in here. Pretty competitive, at least in here. Only the 7 horse showing a par plus score in our simulations. In race number 4, 8 and 10 forward. The 3 is the most versatile horse in the race. That one is Miss Cinnamon. The 7 and 9 want to close. At the very start of the race, really, Ode to Eddie, the 7, a closer, is going to maybe be the quickest out of the gate, and really only the 3 to its inside. So it's really acting more like the 2 horse. So that's what we call left arrow horses, horses that usually close, but their early pace moves them more to the left on our pace setup. The end of the race, Noisy on the Bay will be coming at the most, along with Miss Cinnamon. Maybe a little bit of an edge on Miss Cinnamon, maybe not because of the inside to outside draw. But the top total pace picture does favor the 10 horse, then the 7, and then the 3, and then a significant drop off from there. So it looks like 10, 7, 3. Winner ought to come from that trio. Terry, who is your winner?
Well, I like the 7 Ode to Edie. She won her last race. She won her debut race at Parx Racing, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like the 8 Fast Gal. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 20% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route. Number 3, Miss Cinnamon, is my third choice. Won 2 races out of the last 4 races at Parx Racing. Has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 32% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse. The 10 is my long shot, Noisy on the Bay. She has a high percentage winning jockey and can improve while returning to a route. And then I'm going to play the no favorite pick 4. I'm going to use the 3-7-8 with the 1-3-8 with the 1-3-6 with the 1-2-4, $40.50 pick 4. Contest picks are 7 and 3.
7 and 3 for the contest. I have 10 and 7. I put the 10 on top because I think the 7 could end up being your favorite in there. Ode to Edie is my top choice in there. Plus, you're going to get maybe better odds on Noisy on the Bay. But Ode to Edie just to get the top call from me. Most upside, only 1 race in its career. That was a dominating debut. If it gets any second race improvement against this scratched out field, could be another easy win. Noisy on the Bay. This one's definitely facing the lightest company it's been up against in its short career. Miss Cinnamon, this one's making the first start after a layoff following a couple of workouts. And one of those workouts, 2 back, the 4 furlong in 48 seconds, is the fastest workout this horse has posted, at least publicly, in probably more than a year. So maybe the light has snapped on. And then Fast Gal, I got to give Paco a chance anytime Paco's in a short field. But so far, he's ridden this horse, I think, 3 or 4 times. And not once has the horse responded to him. So maybe no Paco magic in race number 4. Middle race on the card is the 5th race. We go back to a deeper field, as you see there, Terry. This one was supposed to be on the grass. It's not, but it is at a mile.
Yeah, it is. It's at a mile, and it's a maiden claiming race, $16,000 claiming price. Purse $22,000 for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yeah, so we don't have any mile data. So we just only have simulation data, Terry. So I can't really tell you a profile of a winner. I do know from recollection that early speed does tend to do well, perhaps a little bit better to the inside because of the quick turn. If that's the case, Terry, it does look like one of them is going to be faster than the rest by a pretty good margin.
That's right. That 5 Cisco Kid that should shoot out there like a rocket. And then the 2 has a very small overlay from 5, just over 5-1 to 6-1. 4 has an overlay from 2-1 to 8-1, and the 9 shows an overlay from about 8-5, 5-1. 7 and 9 show par plus numbers, and 8, 11, 5, 1, and 9 show the C zones.
Yes, and if you look right in here, you got the Q30 score well above 30% for Cisco Kid. Going to be strongly like being out on the front. Real good, solid chance to get forward. Let's see if that's what the pace tells us as well. The 5 horse so far, not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. So, yeah, bet that one with confidence, folks. The 8 horse, whoosh. The 1 horse, they're going to be a forward. 2 and 3 want to close. But at the beginning of this race, Cisco Kid is 5 points clear. That means 1 length quicker than everybody else. Most of the other speeds to its outside, except for perhaps the 4, at least competitive-wise. 5 should get to the front here. Does look like it's got to work on its late speed. Evasive moves. 2 lengths quicker than everybody else, but maybe 4 lengths off the lead. So That one's going to have to find its way forward at the beginning. Your top total pace horses in here are Can I Do Magic? The answer to that question is yes. We do this show every day. 1 First Squad, Evasive Moves, Star of Caesarea. Then a drop off from there, Terry. Usually about 72% of the time, the winner comes from that grouping. My winner doesn't come from that group. How about you?
No, I'm taking a long shot here. The 3 Harrison C. He finished third versus similar his last race. And his first race, okay, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Then the 1 First Squad is my second. He drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, Scott Lake, and ridden by Paco Lopez. And then the 5 Cisco Kid drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 32% of the races when taking a horse from a maiden to a maiden claiming race. Number 8, Whoosh, is my long shot, ran second, and and he has a high percentage winning trainer. No picks, no bets for me here, but 3 and 1 are my picks for the
contest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the 5 horse Cisco Kid. Cisco Kid is the only maiden special weight, pure special weight dropper in the field. Should be on that lead. Does have that 43% Q score. I think a good chance to go W2W. First Squad, the 1 horse, Paco Lopez, on a class dropper that ran a Z pattern last time out. Maybe the only reason I didn't put Paco on top is because this horse is a little bit shaky on the second start after a layoff. Sometimes really good, sometimes not so good. Auden, the 2 horse, is my third choice. Track dropper, does have by far the most back class in the field. Then finally, number 1, I Can Do Magic. This one is absolutely running at the lowest level of its career. It is your morning line favorite. I think they had a good horse here because they debuted it and followed up the debut. Both of those races, non-graded stakes. You usually don't take a horse out to the track in its first 2 races in the non-graded stakes level. If you think you got something high-level maiden special weight, I think maybe they hurt this horse's confidence, so they're trying to find its confidence at this level, or maybe they've given up. We'll give picks in 5 minutes. All right, Horse Racing 24-24. If anybody else has some picks like Horse Racing 24-24, let us know. As for me in the contest, in race number 5, I went ahead with the 5 and the 1. And we say contest, the horse tourney contest, the pick and pray types where you pick your winner and then alternate in case it scratches. And the scoring system is a $2 win bet and place bet, maximum odds 20-1. Race 6, Terry, as we power through this 9-race card. Tomorrow, of course, is Hump Day with Hollywood Hay at the track being Saratoga on that day. Yep. What's cooking for race number 6?
It's a 7 furlong race. It's a maiden $50,000 purse for maidens 2-year-olds.
In other words, anything can happen. So far, what has happened at 7 furlongs does tend to favor horses with tactical speed. Not as many as some of the other distance go wire to wire. Still 1 out of 5 capture the crown on the lead. There is a very noticeable inside 3 edge. 4 and out is penalized. The closer to the rail, the better off you are. A lot of these horses either making their first start, Terry, or second or third start. So data's a little bit sketchy, but if you want the pace setter, boy, it sure looks like 1's going to be tough to catch.
That's right. Number 2 shows a lot of early speed, Mavis Mischief. The 3 has an overlay from about 8 to 5 to 9 to 2. The 7 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 5 to 1. None of them show par plus numbers, and the 6 and 5 have C zones.
Yeah, and again, a lot of these horses giving it a go for the first, second, third time. You can see the 1 and the 8, they're going to give it a go. Today are their debuts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Yeah, so far they have not been engaged at the end of the race. Only the 7 of those horses with experience have been within 5 lengths of the leader. So it looks like maybe you bet the 1, 8, and 7 and call it a day. If you want that early speed, it does look like Mavis Mischief. That one's a lot faster than everybody else, about 2 lengths, notwithstanding what the 1 and 8 will do in their debuts. If you prefer the horses that like to run at the end, Analog Jones, about a length quicker than Arch Competitor, should be only about a half length off that horse. It is our top total pace horse in here, Terry. 3 points clear. Of the horses with experience, the 3, the 7, and just play the odd number horses, and you probably got the winner, Terry. Unless one of the first timers win. What do you say?
All right. I like number 1, Colonel Bob. First-time starter. Dam has 9 winners from 12 starters. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 27% of the races with first-time starters. He has a high percentage winning jockey, and he has a good workout on August 13th. And I'd like 5, Play the Gray. He drops in class today. His best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I like the 3, Analog Jones, as my second or third choice. He finished third versus Simmer in his only start. He has a high percentage winning trainer and wins 24% of the maiden special weight races. He has a horse running in, and he has a good workout on August 13 as well. And then 9, Curious Soul, is my long shot. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 20% of the dirt starts, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to play a regular pick 4. I'm going to play the 1, 3, 5, 9 with the 1, 2, with the 2, 4, 9, 10, with the 3, 5, 9. That's a $54 ticket.
That's 48, I think. 4, 4, 3, 2. I think that's 48.
Is it 48?
Yeah, because you got 4, 4, 2, 3. That's 48.
Yeah. I'm sorry, 48.
That's okay. I'm on because we had the $50 budget, so that's why I kind of have that 4, 4, 2, 3 like structure in my mind. I like the 1 horse 2 as my top selection in here. Colonel Bob, first time starter, gets 2.7 out of my 3-point scale, and a bunch of other horses so far in here that haven't come close to what's needed to win at this level. Analog Jones, any second race improvement puts this one in contention. Same story with the 5 horse. That one is your morning line favorite. 7 horses, the same story as the 3 and the 5, but that one comes in from Monmouth Park, so maybe a little bit of class drop. The 9 also in a similar vein. You got to stop somewhere. So I went with 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 6, 8, 2, 4, and then I'm going to close it out with the 1, 5, and 9 in my pick 4. 3 races to go. That means we're going to go to lucky race number 7 right about now.
Okay, we're shortening up to 5.5 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $10,000 claiming price, purse $26,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since May 20th. Claiming races for $8,000 or less, not considered, or which have never won 4 races.
5.5 furlongs, Terry, better be fast, really fast. 54% of those that ran 5.5 furlongs went wire to wire. Surprisingly, there's an outside to inside bias. So get to the outside, be a Buffalo girl, be a fast Buffalo girl, and you got a chance to win this race. A lot of horses with a chance to get to the lead, Terry, but there is a Buffalo girl on the outside that has the best chance to get to the lead.
That's right. It's the 8. If you look there, it's got a lot of speed compared to the rest. There's several of them that have some speed, but the 8 is the most. And then the 5 has an overlay from just under 3 to 1 to 6 to 1. The 7 has an overlay from almost 3 to 1 to 4 to 1. The 6 shows the only par plus number, and all of the horses have C zones.
A bunch of them over 50% too. And pretty scary that the 5 and the 7 are simulation favorites, and neither one of them makes it into our pick. So folks, just take the 5 to 7, box them up, and that's your exacta. Almost, I'd say for sure. No such thing as for sure in horse racing. Pretty balanced race in here. No true closer in there, Terry. So this is a race where everybody can try to maybe perhaps push forward. We saw that in our simulations. Battaglia is the speed seeking the dream. It's one of those EP types that should be really well positioned in this race, as well as the 1 horse. Pretty much everybody except maybe the 4, Burning Embers, should be on the track where they want to be. The 4 pops to the lead. Maybe a little bit too much work to close that race out. Old Head, one of those favorites in there, Terry, along with the 7, have the most late speed. That might be the way to the winner's circle in here. And they also grade out in our top 4 for our top total pace with the Cuppage, one that we don't have as the number 1 scoring horse. What were we thinking, Terry?
I don't know, but I like number 2, Battaglia. She won She has won 2 races in a row. She's going for a hat trick, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. She's my pick of the day. And then I like the 1 as my second choice, won her last race or her last 2 races at Parx Racing, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Then I like the 6. She drops in class today, likes the distance, winning 4 out of 7 starts at today's distance. My long shot is Burning Embers, the 4. Likes Parx Racing, been in the money 55% of the races, winning 23% of those. Distance will not be a problem. She's finished in the money 75% of the races, winning 25% of those. And I'm going to bet 10 to win and 20 to place on number 2.
I think you have that in the next race.
I do? I don't have it in the 7th?
No, you have it race number 8. Do you mean to put it in race number 7?
Yeah, it should be in race 7.
All right, so we'll cut that out.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just we'll put it in there. We'll get it right. Control V. Now you know who's going to win the next race, folks. Number 2.
I do. Yeah.
All right. I like the 2 horse here. Battaglia crushed the last 2 times out. This horse is absolutely 1,000% finding its form. Number 6, Cabra Chica. Fairly solid first up record. Distance works for this girl too. 7 races, 4 wins, a win, a second and a third. Seeking the Dream, the 8 horse. That's that Buffalo girl on the outside. Runs fresh off the bench pretty sharply as well. Really good chance to be the pace setter. And in terms of the track bias, it is the best fit. And then the 1 horse, Liviosia, or something along like that. Upped its speed figure in the last 3. Dominating wins in 3 of its last 4 starts. We have a couple of minutes we can maybe make it to race number 8, Terry, if we go through it quickly. So let's go ahead and try to race through race 8.
All right. So it's a 6 furlong race, optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price. Purse $30,000 for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for the claiming price of $8,000 or less since August 20, 2022, or a claiming price of $16,000.
Speed, and more speed, Terry. That's what we saw yesterday. That's what we're seeing so far today. And that's what wins that 6 furlongs 37% of the time. Horse that takes the lead at the quarter-mile marker also smiles for a photo at the end of the race. There is an inside to outside bias. So again, at Parx, inside speed is the way to the winner's circle, and maybe not on the inside, but close enough.
Yep.
With these 3 horses here.
There's 3 there. 4, 5, and 3 show the speed. The 4 with the most speed. So it's really anyone's guess who gets there first. The 2 has an overlay from 8 to 5 to 5 to 2. 2 and 7 show par plus numbers, and all of the horses have seasons.
Yeah, and a lot of them over 50%. A couple of them here. That's one of the best combination of Q30 and early speed. Does the 4 get the lead according to our pace? Well, you got a lot of horses that want to be on the lead. These 4 here have a lot of versatility lone closers. So I would imagine that maybe a horse, the speed of the speed, or a horse that can sit in the catbird seat. 4 horse does have the speed of the speed. So Gladriel about length and 3/4 quicker than everybody else. So, should have no problem clearing the 1, 2, or 3. At the end of the race, the 1 horse, Snappy Ride, and our Uptown Girl, well, very competitive. Really no standout in here except for maybe Snappy Girl, who might only be a length and a half, 2 lengths off the lead. Gladriel is your top total pace horse, along with Uptown Girl. Here are your top 4 again. Predominantly winners come from that grouping, Terry. You're going to give us your group of in-the-money horses.
I like the 2 because I said she finished in the money in 4 out of the last 5 races, winning 3 of the starts, finished in 3rd in her last race. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance and a high percentage winning jockey. I like the 4. She has won 2 races out of the last 4 at Parx Racing. She has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. I like 9 as my 3rd choice. She won her last race at Parx Racing. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. 10, Uptown Girl. She has won 2 races out of the last 3 starts at Parx Racing, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And my contest picks are 2 and 4.
All right, 4, Gladriel, been facing tougher. Only lone Parx run could be enough. Has a bullet workout at the track. Likes the Ben Salem course. Because I said, just needs to run back to her last Parx race, 2 back to win. Our Uptown Girl, all of her races at this level fit, almost always end up in the money. And Valiant Majesty, the 3 horse, some signs of life in her last with more early speed and the most back class. Managed to get that race done before race number 2 gets cooking. Race number 2 starts both of our 1, 2, 3 pick 4s, where you get to pick 1 horse in one leg, 2 horses in another, 3 in the third, and a 4 in the fourth. Right now, the 3 horse is your 4 to 5 favorite. And then after that, you have the 1 horse at 5 to 2. The 7 horse is scratched, Terry. So I am going to put in there the 1 horse is my other one.
All right.
Because that one just scratched, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like it just late scratch.
Wasn't scratched when we got started on the day. All right, so 1, 3, 5, 3, 7, 10, 1, 2, 5, 7 for my 1, 2, 3, 4, pick 4. As far as my picks are concerned here, the contest, I'm going to go with the 1 and the 3 is my contest picks. So the 3 is that big favorite. All right. So 1 tab, 4 tab, and then
Having a little trouble with that 6 getting it into the gate.
yeah, well, don't bet that one, right?
Yep. There we go. Got him in.
All right, and that's my last pick too. So you're probably going to run around the track and be your winner now. All right, so race number 2 about to get cracking. Let's see what happening on the track as they finally get the 6 in there. And just waiting for the handler, the starter's assistant, to get the horse's head straightened out. Looks like they finally have it straightened out. They're off and running. The 1 horse off to a slow start. 6 horse actually did get out to the lead. The 2 horses rushing up on the rail. The 1 horse is really trying to rush up, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for that horse. You got 4 horses competing for the lead. Should really set up nicely for the 1 or the 3 to come off of this group right here. As they run down they're all really aggressively trying to go for the lead. The 3 horse, 22.83 seconds in the opening quarter. The 1 horse and the 3 horse really pushing up into the mix right there. 6 horses on the lead. The 3 horse looks like it's going to saunter on by everybody and just walk away with this race the way I see it right now. Although the 1 horse's jockey is really getting on his rear end to come up there and get going. A lot of those front runners just going straight backwards. This race is going to be between the 3 and the 1. Only question is, can the 1 catch that 3 or not? Round the bend they go. The 1 horse might have actually been the best horse in this race, and he might prove to still be after that tough break and running by everybody at the end. Yeah, he's trying to close ground. The 3 horses making the cardinal sin of looking for horses, turning its head. The jockey finally got it to straighten out, and then the 3 horse is going to be your winner. It's going to be 3, then the 1, then 6, 5, 3, 1, 6, and 5. So both of us, Terry, alive in our 1, 2, 3 pick 4s. And if the 1 horse hadn't gone off to a bad break, it probably would have been your winner.
Probably would have been, yeah.
1 race to go for you and me, Mr. Terry, race number 9. Let's go about our business for race number 9 and then get back here tomorrow to talk about Parx. Santa Anita. Okay, one more time, Richard. Quit glitching. Del Mar. You too now, huh? There you go. Saratoga, baby. All right. So we're going to do Saratoga for Friday. We'll be back on Friday with my good friend 22 to 1 Tom. We will be handling our business at York. So make sure you tune in for that to make sure you don't miss whether we're doing Santa Anita, we're doing Del Mar, we're doing whatever. Terry, how do you not miss it?
Well, you subscribe to YouTube and hit that little bell that's down in there, and it'll give you notify you about any of our programs coming up, and then go down and copy the link and send it to your friends, neighbors, and relatives so they can come and check us out too. I know they'll like what they see. Go to our social sites such as Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and one other one.
Yeah, all of them. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever.
Yeah, at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us likes or thumbs up. That really helps.
Thumbs up. Yeah. It's in any interactivity. And when the show's over, along with posting everything over at Horse Racing Today, our comments.net, along with the replay of the show, we'll timestamp the description here on YouTube with each race. So if you want to come back and see what we said, or just look at some of the data, review anything after the races to see how smart or dumb we were for any particular race, you can do that as well. That'll be in the description below. Again, there's a HRT gear link here. Kindly click on that. You can get that beautiful number 1 hat Terry's wearing. You can get a Horse Racing Today hat. We both like it in white. We think it looks pretty sharp like that. I think you'll look sharp like that if you hook yourself up with an HRT circle hat. Kindly do that. And, of course, free picks today at Thistledown. You can get those at Guaranteed Tip Sheet, a link in the description. Kindly use that so they know that you heard about it here. Now let's hear about race number 9.
Okay, in race number 9, we're going to go 1 mile and 70 yards. It's a claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, $18,000 purse for 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since February 20th.
And again, at $170 on the Parx main track. You're looking for horses that got some giddy up and go, especially when they go wire to wire almost 40% of the time. Almost all the post positions win at a fair rate. So really the deciding factor is to be middle forward most races, Terry. A lot of horses, again, with a chance to get to the lead, but it looks like the one horse on the rail, the best opportunity to take him gate to wire.
He does. He has most speed with the second fastest horse, the outside horse 10. And then the 9 shows an overlay from 4 to 5 to 7 to 2. 9 and 4 show the par plus numbers. And all but the 1 and 5 show C zones.
Yes, in case you're new, the par plus, we do 10,000 simulations. 5,900 times. El Hermano ran a speed figure of at least 81, which is the Brisnet par number for this level. And our C zones, we project out the lead, and then we compare it to the horse's best races and see how likely this race, from a pace standpoint, will match its best performances. And then we also do some trip handicapping, plot out where the horses want to be in the field. And if you look at race number 9, really slanted towards horses that want to come from off the pace. So when I see this, I do want to see horses that can get to the front or be middle up. Ashad, the one horse, is a closer with the most early speed. Again, that's that left arrow horse. We've seen so many horses that typically want to close with their normal early speed moves them forward, end up in the winner's circle, a lot of times in the money. Trending up, we'll try to trend into the pack at the end of the race, along with El Hermano. Those two are amongst your top total pace horses. Very competitive race in here, Terry. All but the 2 and the 7 within 8 points. So if you get bumped, you get wide, you get trapped, you get blocked, any kind of mishap in this race could be the difference between finishing first and almost worst. Pretty wide open race to close the day, Terry. How did we both settle on the 9 horse?
Well, I like El Hermano. He drops a class today, likes the distance, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. The 5 trending up is my second choice, drops in class today, has the highest last speed rating, switches to high percentage winning trainer, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Dad's on a roll is the 3. He drops in class today and switches to high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez. He's my third choice. And my long shots, Midnight Act, the 7, has a high percentage winning trainer, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. No other bets for me in here, but my contact picks are 3 and 9.
I am going to go about with the 9 horse, 2 El Hermano, as my number 1 selection in race number 9. I like when the race number and my top pick match up for some reason. I don't know why. It's just some weird superstition, I guess. But this one's going to run at the lowest level that it's run in its last 10 races. So definitely facing the lightest competition. Coming off the bench record is only okay. Number 1, Assad. This one has the best chance to get to the lead. We're 40% win wire to wire, and I think a pretty good shot not to give it up. Trending up, the 5 horse class dropper that did run some better fractions last out. Usually better fractions, an indication of a horse coming to form. And then Dad's on a roll. Well, you can't pass on Paco Lopez and a horse that just missed the last time he ran at this level at Parx against the field, as we mentioned in our pace setup. Really can favor a lot of different horses in here. So Paco wins a lot of different races. Here are our full picks for today, along with all of our competition picks. You can see right here is how we would play the horse tourney contests. In race number 1, I think who won race number 1, Terry? I forget already.
No, jeez.
I think the 5 horse ran away with it. Yes.
5 horse won.
Yeah, 5, 3. Here are our picks for the rest of today. Again, tomorrow, Terry and I will be back a few minutes before post at Saratoga. You can't miss any of that if you follow Terry's instructions before to subscribe to all of our social sites scrolling down below. We 1,000% appreciate thumbs up and likes. Share our content with all your friends. Feel free to clip our videos and highlight the dumb things we say or the smart things we say. And if there's anything funny that we say, you can do that as well. We'd appreciate that. And that's about it for this terrific Terry Tuesday. Any final thoughts from you, Mr. Terry?
Yeah, just have a great day, and want to thank Horse Racing 2024 and UMUT for coming and giving us some comments. And then just have a really good day and the rest of the week. I'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely, 1000%. No matter what you're doing for the rest of today, there's one thing I know you can do, and that's be kind to somebody. Pass it along and see if you can make somebody's day. Give them a smile, give them a compliment, treat people like you want to be treated. Of course, no matter what your life endeavors are today, we certainly hope that they are filled with God's favor, God's grace, and that every single thing that you do on Terrific Terry Tuesday until we meet again on a hump day ends up in
the winner's circle.
Yes, indeed. We'll see you there, and we'll see you tomorrow.